When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
If you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros. Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
As the new year approaches, make a resolution to challenge yourself to become the best investor you can be. Phil Grande can take your trading to a whole new level. Innovative stock market investing tools and the experience of over 50 years combined to give you the edge in controlling your financial future. As a Phil's Gang member, you're taught the essential strategies of investing using stock charts, training videos, and seminars. It's information Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Learn more at philsgang.com. 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 Phil Grande has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
We wouldn't be where we are, and certainly we wouldn't have had the broadening out as we ended 2023 without the idea that the economy is going to remain pretty decent. And we may have that soft landing that we talked about. That talk of recession seems to be in the past for many.
The recession, the talk is in the past. It's amazing to me, these people. Oh, we're going to have the recession, but we're also going to have the crash. There's no question about it. I thought today I would go through some of the crashes because it's really irritating to hear these people come out every day and tell folks, hey, everything's okay. We got a Goldilocks economy. Everything's going to be fine. Are you kidding me? This is going to be the worst crash we ever had. All you have to do is go back and look at the other crashes. In fact, this crash is very close to what happened in 1929. Remember, crashes happen because of an event, okay? Because of an event. And many people will say, well, when the market's going up, oh, the market will never come down again. Market will never come down again. It used to be, before we had all this QE and propping the markets up and printing money and going and buying the banks' assets so the banks could survive and keep lending and pushing the stock prices higher. It used to be, okay, the companies are out there to produce, to make money. That all stopped with QE under Bernanke and Obama. That all stopped. And we have never gotten back there. Every time we have a stock market rally, it's always because of money. They're injecting more and more money. Not earnings, not profits, but more money. If you go back to 2008 to 2023 when it peaked, that they had an injection of $27 trillion. And then they injected in another $42 trillion. All that money is what kept this whole economy and market going. It's all fake. It's a whole bubble. And if anyone thinks, oh, we're okay now, we're going to have a soft landing, this bubble has been created for 13 years. We have never yet paid for this bubble, and we will. But we made an awful lot of money, remember, with this bubble, for sure, especially the tech stocks. How could you not make money in the tech stocks? All they would do is go up. It was incredible, the wealth that was created, but not for Main Street. The wealth was created for the wealthy, the top 1%. and the very, very wealthy, the 1/100% because all this money to push the stock market up is all inflation. So they've been lying to you for 13 years that they've been fighting inflation. Now, for 13 years, they've been creating inflation, not trying to stop it or fix it or tamp it down. They keep creating it. When the stock market goes up from 1,200% the NASDAQ and 650% the S&P, and they say we're fighting inflation, that's all pure inflation. What do you mean fighting it? You couldn't push this market up if you're fighting inflation. And it's nothing but borrowed money. Debt, and deficits. Our debt is so huge. The annual interest that we are paying on our debt has increased by 114% from 2021. From 2021. You gotta be kidding me. The national debt. Think about the national debt. That increased 266%, all to push the stock market up. 114% interest increase pushed the stock market up. Deficits increased 340%. How can they tell you we're fighting inflation? We're looking out for Main Street when they intentionally made sure that we'd have deficits that would increase 340% to create inflation. Deficits create inflation. There is nothing they have done to fight inflation, just the exact opposite. But if you knew what you were doing in the last 10 to 13 years, you made a bundle of money. And I know the comments now, when someone says, well, stock markets can't go up forever. They've been going up forever. Seems like they've been going up forever. It used to be the truth. But when you have QE and you have money printing, it can keep going up. When you're putting trillions and trillions of dollars into this market, you can keep it going up for a long time. No matter what it hits, it'll just keep on going. But now they reached the end of the road. They got to make a decision here. Are they going to go back to QE to keep the market going back up, to increase inflation? That's right. QE is all about inflation. And you're talking about going back to QE to keep the market going up. But let's talk about, you learn a lot when you go back in the past and look at these other crashes, and it's interesting. First of all, if you take a look at, as I said, crashes, these always occur because of some event. In Wall Street, if you go back to 1929, it was interesting. The consumers then, just like today, took on massive debt. The retail tourists, the traders back then, kept buying just like today on the dips. They thought the market would never come down. And the tourist traders in 1929 never identified the massive underlying economic problems with the financials, with the banks, and they didn't want to know. They just thought the market would just keep going up. And speculation was all speculation. Does that sound familiar? That's what we've been doing, just pure speculation. What do you think the tech stocks are? The Magnificent Seven. That's all speculation that increased all of this inflation, caused the inflation. So the tourist traders in 1929, just like the last 10 years here, they looked at the market. It'll never come back down again. They would just keep going in and buying. They didn't care what they were paying for the stocks. They didn't care if the stocks were overpriced or the valuations. Nobody cared. And that's what happened in 1929. God, they did the same thing. So, but there was a major problem with the banks, because back then, remember, the banks and the insurance companies, they're all under one roof. And what they were doing, okay, the guys on Wall Street were pulling your insurance money, your savings. They're pulling all the money out, and they were using it to go speculate. If they lost your money. Well, after the market crashed, and remember, in 1929, when the market did finally crash on October 28th to the 29th, lost 85% of its value. That is what's going to happen again. I know you don't like me saying this, but it's going to happen again. And we made a hell of a lot of money here at Phil's Gang during this rally, especially the October to December rally. But now we're going to make a hell of a lot of money when this market crashes. So 85% October 28th to 29th in 1929. And 25% of the Americans were out of job, causing foreclosures. It was unbelievable. And what did they do? More regulations. They put in the Glass-Steagall Act. So they separated the banks, the insurance companies, so no longer could they take money from your fund and go speculate with it. More when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the Working Investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome to Phil's Gang. We're starting a new year. Join our gang. Remember, it's free for 10 days. You're going to learn how to make money in the market, regardless if it goes up or it goes down, because you're going to learn how to sell short. But what you really need to learn is how the market works. It's not about getting that hot stock. Everybody thinks that they're just going to find some broker or go online and go find some hot stock and make a bunch of money. It doesn't work that way. I've never seen anybody do that. It doesn't work like that. What you do is you got to find out of the 11 sectors, what stock group, where's all the money going? Is it going into healthcare? Is it going to leisure stocks, hotels, airlines? Is it going to tech? That's what you have to find out. And then we designed our own chart that follows the money. That's right, our own chart, designed it years ago. It has the algorithms and it follows the money. So you know before you buy a stock, does this stock have a high probability of going up or does it have a higher probability of going down? And you can short it if it's going to go down. You can buy it if it's going to go up. We'll show you how to do this. We'll show you how the bond market works. Once you understand the bond market, then you can anticipate. Also, it helps you anticipate whether the market's going to go up or down. These are the things we do. So start the new year right. Try it for 10 days. It's free. During that process, if you feel, oh, this is just too much, I don't have time, that's fine. Then stay with us with our Spider program. Just stay with the Spiders. We have thousands of members who do that because they feel they just don't have time. Do you realize that the S&P 500, the Spiders, if you take a 30 years, the last 30 years, they average a return of 10% a year? You don't ever get that with a 401k. What are you, nuts? So check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my site where it says Get Started, and you'll have fun at it. We do have fun at this. You always hear me talk about the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash. We just don't sit around waiting for the market to crash. In October, when we bought a lot of tech stocks in October, we bought a many tech stocks. We also bought the bank stocks and the airlines, all these stocks that collapsed from July of 2023 down to October. We shorted those. Then we turned around and we bought them. We caught both sides of the transaction. So we don't sit around just waiting for the market to crash. And I want to go back to these crashes because they're interesting. And you're going to learn, okay, if that's what happened to these guys in 1929, 1987, what's going to happen to the crash that's right around the corner with us. So I want to wrap up this 1929. So they put in the Glass-Steagall Act, which was a great act. The only thing they ever did that they did well. That stopped See, the banks, these gangsters, they'd sell you insurance. They could sell you a mortgage. They could sell you stocks, all under one roof. They had so much liquidity, money coming in under one roof. They would take your money out of your account and they go speculate with it. And that's what happened in 1929. All this speculation went wild, and it finally came back and bit them, and then the market crashed. It went down 50%. 50%. And 1929, if you line it up against the market today, it's almost exactly. Everything's happening almost exact. Now we move forward and go to 1987. Remember, we talk about there's always an event. There's always an event, right? Well, Black Monday, 1987. Boy, I remember that well. Remember why that occurred. The catalyst was we had oil prices. They were tanking, right? And we had a problem with Iran. And we go back with Iran. And that tension with all the oil and with Iran and going back and forth, all of a sudden the market in 1987 crashed on October 19th. And it dropped about a little more than 20%. And what really made it bad was they were just starting to use what they call computerized trading programs. It made things so much worse. They couldn't get the orders through. So the SEC implemented the circuit breakers. That's why we have the circuit breakers today, so they can halt that trading anytime they want. Then came the dot-com bubble. That was a big crash, the dot-com bubble. Now that was remember in the 90s, the late 90s, stock companies, all you had to do was attach a .com to it, and after its name, and it would take off. You didn't have to have earnings, you didn't have to have profits, you didn't even have to have an office. If you just had a phone with the name .com next to it, you made a fortune. 12 large cap stocks rose more than 1,000%. Qualcomm, remember that one? We were in that one. Rose 2,500%. Look what happened with that bubble. Went insane, went nuts. And they said the same thing. This market will never come down again, never come down again, like they're saying today. But these high flyers did come down. And what happened is the Fed, instead of letting the market sort out its winners and losers, they decided they would intervene to slow down the dot-com economy. So they went in and they decided, let's tighten money. Let's not make money available to startup companies and to the existing companies. The banks cut everybody off. No more credit. The startups were done. The established companies started to go out of business. And that's what happened. And by October 2002, the NASDAQ dropped 75%. You remember Pet.com? That was a good stock to trade. Remember Toys.com, Webvan.com? All of these went out of business. It was all because government stepped in and we're going to help everybody and decide to screw up this whole market. So, and the market fell about 75%. 75%. And the market we're heading for, the crash we're heading for, is going to be at least 50%. So, again, these crashes, there's always a catalyst for these crashes, okay? But crashes can be good. They can be very good. And I'll tell you why they're good when I get back. Start the new year. Join our gang. Go to philsgang.com. Get started.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox Business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grande, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. With Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, they're talking about, again, the market. It used to be when we had crashes that it was a good thing, because when when crashes will take your stock prices and bring them back to earth. Like the valuations of our stocks today are insane, nosebleed levels, insane, because they've never been corrected for 13 years. For 13 years, because we don't have crashes anymore. Because every time we start a crash, the Federal Reserve comes back in and they do their QE. They go run right to the banks. Hey, you're broke. Don't worry. We'll buy your securities. We'll buy the treasuries. We'll buy your mortgage-backed securities, your treasuries. Now you got cash. Now loan it to this publicly traded company that's going broke. They can buy their own shares. So the shares now will go from $60 to $200. When the stock should be at $5. This is what's been going on all these years. But yes, we made a tremendous amount of money. How could you not? Impossible not to make money. You just had to buy any stock that's a Texas, sit there. Because they would never let the market crash. But what that does, it just puts off the pain. It kicks the can down the road. Watch what happens in March. Keep your eye on March. We have the bank term funding program. What are they going to do then? There's 180 banks sitting out there. 180 banks that are insolvent with $650 billion in losses that they have not taken off their books. They're just holding on their books. What did we find out with the three banks? When they finally went broke, they had $50 billion in losses that they didn't have to claim until they went broke. So you own stocks of these regional banks, and you have no idea they're $650 billion in the hole. See, when you have crashes, when you allow crashes instead of having this financially engineered for 13 years, oh my God, the market went down 110% today, 110 points. Bring the plunger team in. Come on, bring the plunger team. Tomorrow morning we got to show the implied open is up 55 or 65. Let's run it up. It just makes for just an unhealthy economy all around, and you're going to pay for it dearly at one point. So I also want to talk about for a moment here, remember this, I just played this cut. They're trying to tell us also how they've been saying this all year.
What we see moving into 2024 is a stable job market.
I don't want to hear that anymore. We do not have a stable job market. For God's sake, stop with the crap. We don't have a stable job market. First of all, they keep telling you how wages are increasing. What they don't tell you, the minute they increase the wages, they cut your hours. Ask anyone. Ask anyone who works for Publix or any company you know. They'll give you a wage increase, but then they start cutting you back. Are you nuts? And also, don't forget, payroll, okay, or the employment right now, and our payroll numbers are half of what they were in 2022. We're doing worse, not better. And out of every 500 jobs created, we get these terrible numbers the first Friday. 10%, only 10% of those 500 jobs go to a person who needs a full-time job. Just 10%. All the jobs are sucked up. The people are looking for a part-time to survive, or be their second or third job. For God's sakes, but they'll sit there and just tell you how great. We got this Goldilocks economy. Let's go back to what happened. Now we're going to move forward from the dot-com bubble in 2000. Okay, they brought in the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Okay, to see if they fix that. Then we had the subprime mortgage crisis in 2000, 2008. Now, remember, Baby Bush, when he became president, okay, he wanted to get the economy moving again, all right? And so he wanted to create another bubble. He said, look, if they created a wonderful dot-com bubble, let's create a mortgage bubble. And what we'll do is we'll give people loans who are not qualified. Doesn't matter. And he went up to Atlanta, I'll never forget it, and he goes to the inner city, and he stands up and says, everybody is going to get a house, and we're going to fund you. Don't worry about it. If you can't pay it, don't worry. You can pick your own payment. In fact, what you can do is just put $1,000 down or $500 down. If the payment's $2,000, if you want, can you put $100 down? That's fine. And then in 5 years, it'll all come due. Oh, great. By then, you're going to be rich, aren't you? Sure. So they created another bubble. See, this is bubble making. And who makes the money when you create bubbles? The very, very wealthy. Because when you create bubbles, you're creating inflation, and inflation creates more wealth for the very, very wealthy because they don't work for wages, they have assets. So we had that crash, and that mortgage crisis, it was ridiculous. The stock market crashed, went down 50%. Lehman Brothers, remember, they went broke. And the reason why Lehman Brothers went broke had nothing to do with their mortgages. It had to do with the fact that we're running into the problem now. And I talked about this yesterday. The reason Lehman Brothers went broke and failed, because when they all got together at night for the repo, where all the banks sitting around and they all loaned to each other, there was no money to loan. And unfortunately for Lehman, it was the only bank when it opened up in the morning had no money. They could not open their doors. And then by around 10 o'clock in the morning, the other banks were all ready to shut their doors. But then what they do? The government, the Treasury Department, borrows money. The Treasury Department prints money, gives the money to the Fed. The Federal Reserve goes into all the 5, 6 banks, the biggest banks, say, I'm going to buy all your treasuries from you. I'm going to buy all your subprime mortgages, all crap, and I'll put it on my balance sheet. Well, that's great. But the problem is they got to continue to pay those mortgages when they come due. They got to pay those treasuries when they come due. Those are deficits, and how do they pay it? With the dollars that the Federal Reserve receives. Now remember, every time the Federal Reserve on their balance sheet has a mortgage or has a treasury, it comes due, and they pay with dollars that brought in, that dollar's gone. It's out of the system. You don't see that anymore. So what happened to Lehman, remember the same thing. There was so few dollars left that when they had their robo meeting, there was no dollars, and poor Lehman went broke, right? That happened in 2018. Yes, 2018. And guess what? They won't tell you the truth. It's going to happen any time now. We're in the same situation. When you have the government, the Treasury out there printing and borrowing money at the same time giving that money to the Federal Reserve to go and buy the assets from these banks, put on their balance sheet. When those two things happening at once, that's like an explosion. That's like, you want to take a market down? That happened in 2008, happened 2018. I warned about that one in 2018. And now we're coming close to the same problem right now. So the mortgage crisis was over. We went on our way. They gave us some new regulations. And then we hit the COVID crash. So that hit us, COVID-19 in 2020. 300,000 people died. The market crashed, went down 30%. Then they had all these, these mandatory lockdowns. You know the whole deal. I don't have to tell you about it. Then they had, they came with the CARES Act. You remember that deal? If you got an unemployment check from the state, they matched it, the federal government. They gave everybody $1,400, and you didn't have to pay your student loan anymore. You didn't have to pay your rent, your mortgages. All that crap went on. And that market, again, remember we had the COVID crash. It went down 20%. So, but each one of these crashes that we had, they never cleaned the problem up. The last two crashes, they never cleaned up the problem. So how can they say, hey, we're okay now, everything's fine?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over 6-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Want the truth when investing investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the Fake Business News Network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
I don't see strong, compelling reasons why we'd see a reversal in the rally.
No compelling reasons that we may see the market reverse and go down. And this guy says we're just going to keep going up for 3 more years, 5 more years.
I think we're entering a 3 to 5 year tech bull market.
Are you nuts? See, their job, and by the way, let's say they're correct. Here at Phil's Gang, we're going to continue to make money. We made money from July of 2022 when the market dropped to October 2023, rather, from July 2023 to October 2023. We were shorting the banks. We're shorting the tech. We're going to teach how to do that. Then we turned around and we bought them at the end of October. You rode them all the way up to December. So the way you make money in this business, you got to have both sides of it. You can't just sit there and hope and keep hoping and then keep listening to these people. What's their job? What are they doing? What's their job, these people? Their job, okay, is to create an illusion for you. To create an illusion of prosperity, optimism, hope, belief. That's their job. That's what they do every day by lying to you. They don't tell you the truth. And stock market corrections are good because, as I said, they're short. There's maybe 3 to 4 months, but they clean up the problems. Not only do they clean up the bad balance sheets, and all the weak ones go away. We have, did you realize since 2008, or yeah, 2000, from 2000 to where we are today, we have never had a clean crash where we take the opportunity to take all the weak players, let them go down, let them go out, let them go broke. I'm talking about businesses, get rid of these weak players. We got companies whose stocks are trading right now at $150. The stock's not worth 50 cents. But all you have to do with this QE is you go in, the Fed, after the government prints and borrows money and gives to the Fed goes in and buys their mortgages and buys whatever the crap they have, and just keep on giving them money so they can just keep buying their own shares. We never have an opportunity to fix these companies. A lot of these companies should be out of business. The weak players should be gone. But when you interfere, when you start interfering in the system and you're keeping alive all these weak players, that's very bad not only for the economy but for the whole stock market. You want the weak ones gone. And prices of stocks get so high, so elevated. That's why this crash is going to be bigger than any of the crashes we just went through. Even if the crash is at 30%, it's going to kill us. So please learn how to protect yourself by not going buy Coca-Cola. We're in Coca-Cola. I got some of my gang members. That's not how you make money. Protect yourself. Come into our office and we'll readjust your portfolio. We'll go 40 stocks and 60% bonds, and we'll put you in Pepsi and put you. Come on. When the stock market goes down, brother, it goes down. You can't hide anywhere. You can't hide. There's no place to hide. So you want to be in a position when the market's going down. Hey, look at this. Boy, are we making money. Look at Apple's going down. We're making money because we're short. That's the smart part. And it's so easy to short a stock. It's so easy. But the sad part with financial engineering, we've never fixed the banks. You go back to the year 2000, right up to the 2000 crash, we never fixed anything. 2008 crash, we never fixed anything. 2018, we never fixed anything. 2020 crash, we never fixed. But all before that, every crash before that, we let the crashes occur so we could fix the banks. We could fix the banks. We could get rid of the overpriced stocks. We could get rid of the companies that were lousy. See, here's the problem. When you keep these lousy companies in business, the Federal Reserve keep it in business by keep feeding them money, there's less money for the good companies. There's less money for the startups. That makes the whole over economy bad, makes the whole over stock market bad. You want strong players, but they don't care. You think these guys in Congress care? They don't care. I mean, this is amazing. So what we need to do, like today, I told my members, while they're playing this game right now, the reason why, and I told them this would happen, after we came back from the holiday, all the people who didn't want to pay taxes on their stock gains, they're going to take the profits the first 2-3 trading days, which ends the Christmas rally, of course, and that's what you're seeing right now. And then what are they going to do? They're going to come back in and do the same thing. They're going to prop the market back up. And that is such a shame. Such a shame. Because if they would just leave things alone. And you know, when you have a stock market, and the one thing that when a stock market crashes, because you have the money Okay, the money is flowing around out there, the money supply. When that starts contracting, when that money supply starts contracting, especially at a fast clip, okay, that is really bad. Really bad. Then at the same time, as I said, in which we have now, when you have the Federal Reserve out there, I mean the government borrowing money, printing money, and then you got doing quantitative easing, and then you got then you got all this then you got the Federal Reserve doing the opposite, tightening. So we got government borrowing, QE, then we got tightening over here with the other guys. When you run those both together, that's like having you're tying like 2-3 sticks of dynamite together. When those two things occur at the same time, that's when it gets dangerous, because that's when there's no money for these banks when they have their robo meeting. That's what happened in 2018. That's what happened in 2020. It's going to happen again now. But the stocks that we're working on right now, I told my members, just stay with the stocks that have relative strength. And right now, the banks, we're doing terrific with the banks, because the banks have been having, like, for example, our JP Morgan doing beautifully. With these 2 days of the market going down, getting hit, JP Morgan hasn't gone down. We've been in JP Morgan a long time. We got into JP Morgan in October. We're still in it. But what you look for now on days like today when the markets go down, you're looking for stocks that aren't going down. That's called relative strength. Those would be the stocks, the first stocks to go up when the market turns around and rally. So watch your banks. Goldman Sachs, another strong one. Great relative strength. Wells Fargo, another one. Bank of America. Now, if you take a look at those banks and then go to your tech stocks, see the difference, see what's happening to Apple. So there's no money going to Apple. The money is going into the banks. Let's take a look at Meta. Money's coming out of Meta, not severely, but it's coming out. So that means they're pushing that money somewhere. They're selling Meta and they're buying the banks. They're selling Tesla. They're buying the banks. They're selling Microsoft. They're selling NVIDIA. So there's a transition of money going on, okay? But the banks is where the action is right now, okay? That's where the action is. The oil companies are, we're doing very well. If you look at COP, I had my members buy that the other day. Matter of fact, I had them buy just before we broke for the holiday. I had them buy that on January, no, let's see, when did we buy that? No, we bought, I'm sorry, first day we got back, January 2nd. January 2nd we bought that at 117. Right now it's at 119.83. So these oil stocks, they're starting to base. They're starting to show relative strength, meaning they're not coming down. Big days like this, when you're down 200-300 points each day and the oil stocks aren't dropping and they're going up like COP. Another one that's holding nice relative strength is MRO. That could be a good buy if it breaks above $25. That could be a good buy. Schlumberger, same thing. That could be a good buy once it gets near 53. So that's what we're going to teach you here. So go to my site right now. Go to philsgang.com and just sign up where it says get started. And you're going to be always in the best stocks. And you're going to make money whether the market goes down or the market goes up. Doesn't make any difference.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make